I am telling you right now, this is going to get crazy. The Eagles in Dallas on Christmas Eve is going to get nuts. The Cowboy players just can't help themselves. They just can't.
You better do it. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
I'm so excited right now because the Cowboys yet again, can't help themselves, opening their mouths once again and talking about our quarterback. What else is due? Do they realize how much more of an ass kicking originally that they were going to get? Now they're going to get the biggest ass whooping of a lifetime come Christmas Eve because Micah Parsons just doesn't know how to shut his mouth. A guy that didn't even touch Jalen Hurts in that damn game, okay? I'm not talking about Cooper Rush or that offense. I'm talking about the doomsday defense that we were supposed to get in that game where Micah Parsons really hasn't done anything against this team yet. So until I see a hand on Jalen Hurts or if he does anything, let's see if it happens. But he's on Von Miller, the Voncast, which is Von Miller's podcast. Had no idea he even had a podcast. So he went on Von Miller's podcast and said, is it Jalen Hurts or the team? Like what? Like you're saying this 2 weeks before a big game on... He's saying this direct. This is the DeMarcus Lawrence thing was crap talk. I don't want to hear questions about Jalen. Remember when DeMarcus Lawrence was talking all that crap? I don't want to talk about Jalen Hurts. He hasn't faced us yet. Like it was direct to Jalen Hurts, but not as direct. You know what I mean? This is direct. This is like boom. Like, oh my God. What have you done? What have you done? Like this is the worst thing you could have done. Like that's the worst thing you could have said. Like he could have dismissed the question. He could have just dismissed it. He could have just. But even at the end of the end of the podcast, he's like, or end of the clip. I can't put it on here. I don't want to get copyrighted for it. But you can check it out. It's all over Twitter. Literally, he's like, oh, I just can't help myself. You know, like he even said, like, I just have to say it. Sometimes I just have to say it. You're like, these players can't help. These Cowboy players cannot help themselves. Period. It's just ridiculous. Like, the narrative of Jalen Hurts from last year to this year was, yeah, he's got weapons. They're building around him. That is what it is. Like, you know, I mean, not to say that Micah Parsons didn't say anything good about the Eagles, but then after he said that, he was like, oh, Eagles have a good offensive line. He likes the receivers. So he's got respect towards obviously what they're matched up against. So at least he said that, but that doesn't excuse him from what is with this quarterback that pisses off so many people. Okay, and trust me, I was one of those fans last year that I did not like his play last year. I said I want to get him another year. I didn't want to trade for a quarterback. I didn't want to move up for a quarterback. I didn't want none of that. I want to give Jalen Hurts a year. 2020 had 4 to 5 games. Took over for Carson Wentz when he was benched. 21 was really part of his rookie year too, because half of that year was his rookie year and the rest of it was like year 2. You know what I mean? And then obviously another offseason, Eagles make big moves and Howie Roseman done a fantastic job. The Eagles have been talked about really since last year's draft. The Eagles have been talked about since last year's draft, and if Jalen Hurts pans out and he shows that he's capable to be the franchise guy, and trust me, when Jalen Hurts is locked in, he is locked in. The Eagles are 12-1. System, bro, you cannot just plug in a quarterback with these weapons and say this team's gonna be 12-1. Okay, I didn't have this team going 12-1. Period. Okay, I didn't. There was a lot of games where I said, okay, there was a couple games where I was like, I'm not really sure. There were some games where I thought we were going to lose. I thought we were going to lose against the Cardinals. I thought Tennessee was going to be a loss before the season started. When the schedule came out, that's what I thought originally. But this team has really surprised me. And then the other half of it is like, it really doesn't surprise me because, man, like Jalen Hurts gravitates these players towards him, almost leading categories for this MVP race. And because he's down some touchdowns and he doesn't have the passing touchdowns, or it's not enough to be MVP candidate because he's got 10 rushing touchdowns for the year. And he's going to have a lot more than that in 2 consecutive years. 20 rushing touchdowns in 2 consecutive years. I mean, 10 in two consecutive years, but you know what I mean. But of all the things you could say, and trust me, this is going to circulate, and it already has, because Lane Johnson has already kind of was like, okay, no problem. Like Lane Johnson has already said something about it already. Like, he's already like, all right, no problem. That's what you're going to say. Okay. Well, you know what I mean? So Hurts is not looking for news like this, but once I feel bad for the Cowboys right now, because it's going to get bad. It's going to get really, really bad. And this makes me happy. This makes me more excited. And this means they're going to be beaten a lot worse than they were already going to get the ass whooping that they were going to get regardless. Okay, like, I stay quiet. I don't trash the Cowboys on every video I make, and I don't do all that stuff. I follow my team to whatever's going on week to week on matchups and what we do every single week against other teams. But this Christmas Eve game, there's nothing more that I want than them to just massacre. Okay, I want that whole team to have no legs by the time it's done. Okay, That's how bad I want to beat the Cowboys on Christmas Eve, and I know that we are going to get it done. I really do. I don't doubt this team not winning. I've already said the only way this team loses, their only enemy is within themselves. That's it. Like, the only team that I think that could beat the Eagles is literally themselves, because we've seen it when there's bad. Look, if it's such a great system. Okay, yeah, obviously the system has to be good. How the hell is a quarterback supposed to have chemistry? How is a quarterback supposed to? How are coaches? How do the plays develop? It's because the coaching staff puts these players in positions to win football games. We've seen this team have bad play calling and still win games. And yeah, there was some couple ugly games out there. Okay, so yeah, the system, Jalen Hurts is what makes the system. There's no running game without Jalen Hurts. Period. There's not. Miles Sanders is good, but Jalen Hurts, because he gets so much attention with his legs and what he could do on those read options, I'm telling you, without Jalen Hurts, none of this works. You put in Gardner Minshew, no one is going to respect his run game. No one respects it. No other quarterback is plugged into this system and is going to be 12-1. It's just not going to happen. So when I look at this and I watched it, I didn't want to put it on here because of copyright if I've said that before. But you could watch it. It's all over the internet right now. And it's just like directly sitting there saying, Jalen Hurts, you're not a good quarterback because of the scheme catered to your skill set. The only reason why it's working. That's what he's saying. And man, I can't wait. I really can't wait until we bury this damn team on Christmas Eve. I really can't. Like, I don't even want to face the Bears. Like, I'd rather. I'm not even kidding. If there was a way for us to to be like, hey, if we quit this game, not face the Bears and take the L for the week, just get prepared for the Cowboys. That's what I want to do. Like, no joke. Like, I can't wait till this game is over this week. I want the Eagles to win against the Bears, but all bets are off, man. In Dallas, I don't care if it's in Dallas. I don't give a crap what it is. They're going to be embarrassed in their stadium, and it's going to happen. Like I said, I've talked about this team for many weeks, whether it's ugly play or not, depending offense or defense. But this late in the season right now, the Eagles are playing so good on both sides, plus special teams, running on all cylinders. The Cowboys made a big mistake here. These players just can't help themselves. They have to say something and put a target on their back. This is bulletin board material for the Eagles. And trust me, Nick's going to hear it. Everybody's going to hear about it. This was a dangerous thing for them to do. This was you literally fucked around too much with this. DeMarcus Lawrence did it, but it wasn't as direct to Jalen Hurts, even though it kind of was, but it wasn't as much. This is completely direct. Like, that Jalen Hurts, I'm telling you, because once Hurts is amped up for this, these receivers will be like, we got you, bro. We're going to make you look that good on Christmas Eve. And that's what's going to happen. Unreal. I can't wait. I'm just so excited to just get the. I want this. This obviously that game is for the division. Could be for number 1 seed at that point for the Eagles, that they could get it depending on what's going on with the Vikings. There's a bunch of stuff going on, but I swear, like I don't get how, Micah Parsons really tried to backtrack after that statement. I'm not trying to make any enemies. I'm not trying. He tried to do that right after he said that. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you are. Don't say you're not, dude. You can't call. You literally just called out. You just literally called out Jalen Hurts. You literally just called him out. You directly called out Jalen Hurts, saying it's the system or Jalen Hurts. I mean, literally, if you're questioning if it's Jalen Hurts or the system, then you're pretty much saying it's the system that's making Jalen Hurts successful. That he doesn't do much for that team, but cater to his skill set. I mean. Yeah, kind of. I mean, look, when you think about it, they have to cater to his strengths, but they have done a lot more than that. And Hurts has worked on his weaknesses this past offseason, and as you could tell, half of this league, the whole league, ownerships, GMs, they had no idea Hurts was going to turn into this. Simple as that. They had no idea. And I was one of those fans last year that want to give Jalen Hurts another year because I don't think he had much time. He just didn't have enough time. So they just dug themselves deep. Is there a way to get out of it? I don't know, but I don't give a fuck because you know what? I hope they get the ass beating of a lifetime. I hope they go into Dallas and will come out of there as winners, as division winners, and we won't have to think about the Cowboys anymore, because if this is what they're going to do every time they face the friggin' Eagles, they're just digging a deeper hole for themselves. Simple as that. I'll go grab the tombstone and get it ready because you just fucked up. You fucked up royally by doing this. You really did. And I feel bad, but I don't. Actually, I really don't. So that's all I got to say. You let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this whole situation. I had to make a video on this. I literally got home, and I'm just looking, and I'm just like, what? I mean, Cowboys, you messed up, man. You messed up pretty. You don't say anything bad. Talk bad about AJ Brown. Talk bad about somebody else, but you talk about the starting quarterback that literally he eats this up and takes that energy and puts it on the football field. Not with his mouth, not with fists. He does it with his mouth. Does it with his play. Sorry, I can't even talk right now. I'm just so amped up, dude. I want to keep. Oh man, I want to destroy this team. I just, gotta relax. Can't wait. I can't wait for this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just remember what happened. It's just gonna be a memory after that. I'll see you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up, follows live. Peace out, guys. Peace.